Tzu Chi's poverty alleviation plan includes sending aid as well as training local volunteers. Family members become certified Tzu Chi volunteers to do good deeds and improve their relationship. I'm Sean Scanlan. This is DaAi Headlines. Tzu Chi's poverty alleviation plan for Sierra Leone not only involves distributing aid, but also training local volunteers. A training course for volunteers has also been organized, teaching them to be respectful and grateful.
The residents from the town welcome volunteers happily. They have gone through the haze of Ebola virus and remembering the smile of Tzu Chi volunteers the most.
Smile. People will like your smile.
This time, there are 40 volunteers participating in the volunteer training course in Sierra Leone. The first thing they learned is being respectful and grateful. The trainers teach Tzu Chi humanities to the participants through an aid distribution event.
We have already been divided into groups, and these are my group members. They will follow me to be the volunteers in the activity group.
Performing what has learned in the morning at the distribution site in afternoon, Mariato is giving every second hand close with both of her hands and 90-degree bow. Her waist is inevitably sour, yet she still carries a smiling face.
Always wishing how I can meet them to help them. So since you are here, I just feel like doing everything, helping them, hugging them, just show what you do. I'm so passionate of that saying. Yes.
Those coming to collect distribution aids are the affected residents in the flooding this year. There are 131 households in total. The students coming from Tzu Chi University in South Africa also join the distribution. They are the best helpers who received help before and are now helping others.
Although West Africa is quite far, I think that if Taiwanese can come from a long way to help, other countries in Africa should also come to help.
They have grown up and carried out Tzu Chi's spirit and humanities.
Also coming from Africa, they have the mission to make Africa a better place.
Yes, I have been volunteering. I think that I will continue. No matter where I am, I will continue to volunteer.
Tzu Chi volunteers in northern Taiwan conducted a meeting where new executives took over responsibilities from their predecessors, symbolizing the passing of the Tzu Chi lineage. Master Cheng Yen hoped everyone could support young volunteers.
These ropes go to older seats where everyone grabs a hold. Tzu Chi volunteers in northern Taiwan hold the biannual passing of responsibilities to new executives. They use ropes to symbolize their cooperation to pass down the lineage.
We shall shoulder these heavy ropes that we use to tie up zhongji and protect them well. And we volunteers must remain gentle and bring the Dharma to the community to recruit people to join us.
Tzu Chi volunteers in northern Taiwan are divided into 3 major teams, with over 25,000 volunteers working for Tzu Chi. The predecessors will make sure new executives know everything.
I'm so grateful to see so many volunteers here today. They are our role models. We must recruit more young people to Tzu Chi so our team can become stronger.
These Tzu Chi volunteers grab the ropes again and promise that they will cultivate the Bodhisattva path and do Tzu Chi work life after life.
A number of Taoyuan Tzu Chi volunteers have been volunteering for a few decades. They hold charity auctions, pay regular visits to patients, and have experienced personal change.
In the very beginning, Sister Zhuo Meiyu used to drive all of us to visit care recipients.
We used to bring some buns and plums on the road when we visit care recipients. We used to take breaks when we stopped by a temple or somewhere. There was initially no record about our visits during 1989 to 1991, but for the sake of Tzu Chi's history, we began to record our visits. Since then, it has been recorded into 40 books with A4 size papers.
We felt the responsibility of completing these missions as a group.
Yes, we think it's our responsibility.
We always go first. Whenever the master wanted us to do anything, we are always at the front line.
We used to hold charity auctions selling flowers to help people affected by the flood disaster in the East China area. However, due to the bad weather, we changed our plans and began to hold charity auctions selling mochi at National Taiwan University.
Those are the touching memories we share. In early days, we have no bus, so sometimes we spend $60 for the taxi to drive us around town, collecting $6 donations. Even earlier, we used to walk by food, and we are still doing it now.
In the beginning of my marriage, I used to have conflicts with my husband's family since I couldn't have conversation with them due to my language barrier. Since then, I haven't talked to my mother-in-law for nearly a decade. But after I started visiting care recipients with you guys, I gradually realized the importance of family and felt sorry for what I did to my mother-in-law. I realized that if I want to volunteer with Tzu Chi, I have to change myself.
Due to her illness, her body energy could only last half an hour, but she didn't waste her time. She used her time wisely and completed missions efficiently.
In Malaysia, Tzu Chi Nipong Tabal Kindergarten set up a small kitchen for kindergartners to learn cooking. When the children return home, they can now be little helpers in the kitchen.
Cutting vegetables with a knife and cooking soup on the stove are the dangerous actions in adults' eyes. Yet, this can also be the beginning of building self-esteem for children. Chiji Libontabao Kindergarten has set up a small kitchen for their kindergarteners. Every dish is cooked by themselves.
In fact, the children are very happy coming here to do this because they can cook the food they like by themselves. We just need to prepare some hot water, some simple ingredients, and cooking utensils, and they can do it by themselves.
Huan Qingxi likes this corner the most. When she arrives home, she is the best helper for her mother. She can help washing and cooking the rice, as well as peeling and cutting ingredients. This soup is mainly cooked by her.
I cooked this sour soup with my mother.
She peels very well and makes everything neat and tidy. My worry is unnecessary.
We need to believe in children's potential in learning new things. This can also enhance parent-child relationships.
In northern Taiwan, a husband and wife have been certified as Tzu Chi volunteers. The wife is a recycling volunteer and the husband helps with housework. Another certified volunteer encouraged her Vietnamese daughter-in-law to join Tzu Chi.
孩子的关系啦，脾气很暴躁，动不动就会骂人。我儿子
Since I have kids, I used to get angry easily. My son told me that getting angry is actually punishing ourselves for the mistakes of others. Since then, I have always kept this in my mind. My son told me that he could finally talk and be closer with me as he used to stay away from me.
Due to encouragement of her mother-in-law, after she moved from Vietnam to Taiwan after marriage, Ran Tinghan joined the DaAi Mother program, learning to educate children with love.
一开始的时候是不太适应，因为毕竟语言对她来说会比较。
Due to the language barrier in the beginning, she could not fit in well. But after she became involved in our program, she realized that it's okay to take her time to learn. Now she learned to communicate well with her children. In this area, she changed a lot.
Chen Fentan hopes her daughter-in-law could fit in Taiwanese culture after joining Tzu Chi. Later on, she was encouraged by her daughter-in-law to fulfill her wish that she was trying to achieve for 20 years.
My mother-in-law had 1 year left before her retirement, and that was the time she also nearly completed her volunteer training courses. So when I got home, I asked her if I could apply the volunteer training session for her. She refused me, saying that she was busy. I said, "You have been following Master Cheng Yen for more than 20 years. Don't you feel it's the time?" I thought about it. Then I asked my father-in-law to join the training with her so that my mother-in-law has a companion.
The mother-daughter-in-law and the husband and wife helped each other becoming better people.
就是很感恩我的家人。
I'm very grateful for my family, my son, my daughter, and especially my husband. Because I volunteer till 11:30. My husband always cooks for the family for me. I feel like I'm blessed to be so lucky in my life.
The family does good deeds together with one mind and one heart, bringing strong ties between each other.
In Changsha, China, an elderly couple are dedicated Tzu Chi volunteers. They do recycling and always bring positive energy to others.
我们年纪大了，做别的是做不得，起码环保是可以做的。我这世界这么大，路上捡的啊，路上捡的。
我一般是3点钟就出门了。
I often get up at 3 and return home at 5 in the morning to collect recyclables on streets. Then I spend 3 more hours at home sorting these recyclables.
然后在家里搞整理，大概是3个来小时。
82 years old Luo Zichao has been an active recycling volunteer for 3 years. He talked about his early schedule.
我起早我就。
I choose to collect recyclables early since there are other people who will also collect them. For living, I don't want to make them feel like I'm their competitor.
Before retirement, Luo Zichao was an engineer, and his wife, Tang Zhuozhuo, was a school teacher.
The fact is, once we got retired, we lost our identity.
Homemade eco-friendly enzymes and piles of recyclables are placed on the balcony. Just as Luo Zichao's personality, the recyclables were neatly placed in an organized way.
We used to have some fights sometimes, but didn't our relationship improve a bit after we started volunteering in recycling?
After their heart was opened, they helped open others' heart.
When you smile, it means you like me. Everyone here cares about you, so please stay happy. If you love us as well, we'll say goodbye here, but meeting each other on the other side.
在另外一个地方迎接你。
The couple works diligently to do good deeds. While they might be too busy to hold each other's hand, their hearts are already connected.
Tzu Chi volunteer Lu Hong of Shenyang felt she had a difficult life and was upset with her marriage, family, and children. After coming into contact with Tzu Chi, her family relationships have improved.
Ma
Xiaoqiu took care of her two autistic children, one of them who was nearly 600 kilograms, and she barely slept 2 hours a day. It spoke to me and made me ashamed of how I treated my own child. That I made a promise I must be a better mother to my children, more like Ma Xiaoqiu.
No longer mad at the world for giving her a tough life, Lu Hong also has a son with special needs. She's been divorced for more than 10 years now, but she has been visiting her in-laws more to repair the relationship with her son.
有什么话一句话说不对了，然后我妈就走了，就拒绝沟通了，
不说话了
啊，不说话，你说也不搭理，啊。
就是说是不擅长跟你沟通，然后总觉得自己说的是对的，不愿意倾听对方的一个建议。
其实慢慢愿意听我说话了，我就已经很欣慰了啊！我对我妈，我对你就是只有就是其他的事情啊，其他所有的事情，我都可以说，咱们两个都可以交流，都可以沟通。但是有一件事情是我的底线，知道吗？就是你不能伤害自己，你做任何事情你都不能伤害自己。
Lu Hong hopes she can walk on the right path without getting lost anymore. Thus, she is very determined to rise each day to learn from the master's wisdom.
Doing volunteer training, I must get up early and take the bus with my 3-year-old son to come here. In doing so, I don't feel tired. Instead, I'm filled with love. It is because Tzu Chi's environment that I've been able to conquer life's toughest obstacles.
Taking care of the sick and elderly, Lu Hong is counting her blessings and spreading her love to more people.
In Taiwan, another round of simulation surgeries have been conducted at Tzu Chi University. Among the 8 silent mentors, a Tzu Chi volunteer from Shanghai passed away due to cancer and fulfilled her final wish of becoming a silent mentor. A total of 4 medical associations conducted the simulation surgeries, allowing doctors the chance to improve their skills.
Amidst the Buddhist chanting, the families of the 8 silent mentors could finally see their loved ones for the last time. Among the silent mentors is 38-year-old city volunteer Geng Chongling from Shanghai. She sought cancer treatment at Hualien City Hospital a year ago, but the effect was limited. Nevertheless, she persevered in donating her body for science. Her husband, who also underwent volunteer training, said that Geng was certified 3 years ago. Therefore, becoming a silent mentor 3 years later fulfills her wish.
In fact, there were a lot of miracles and coincidences. Looking back, I should say that she has mindfully planned her life. She also paved the road for us and left a lot of love to us.
The first simulation surgeries are conducted by Taiwan Academy of Odontology. The doctors are practicing their skills for temporal bone grinding and installing cochlear implant.
I'm very grateful to the silent mentors and their families for donating their bodies for science. They gave doctors the opportunities to conduct simulation surgeries so that in the future they can treat the patients with better skills.
The surgeries on the ear are very special. Oftentimes you cannot see them, and one must directly drill a hole. Although I have been doing this for decades, I still need to return to the silent mentors and improve my skills and concept of the surgeries.
The simulation surgeries of another 3 medical associations will also be conducted. Tzu Chi University has become the most important medical simulation surgery institution. With nearly 40,000 body donors, 938 dissection and simulation surgeries have been conducted. The medical professionals also learn to respect and appreciate the patients during the processes.
In today's series on doctors, we meet Dr. Huang Jie, a plastic surgeon at the Taoyuan Tzu Chi Hospital, who specializes in microscopic surgery. He has helped many patients save their limbs. Let's learn a little bit more about his special expertise.
50-some-year-old Wang Fuyuan has osteomyelitis, and after 2 months of treatment, his condition has not improved. He was transferred to the Taoyuan Tzu Chi Hospital and was operated on by Dr. Huang Jie, who finally saved his right leg.
Dr. Huang has taken care of me, helping me change the dressing with medications and injections. It's thanks to him I can recover.
Yunlin, Jiayi, and Tainan is a hotbed for head and neck cancer. In 19 years, plastic surgeon Dr. Huang has operated on over 2,000 patients, most often in the connection of blood vessels and complicated flap repair surgery. Though often the surgery may take up to 10 hours, the success of the surgery is always positive as he has the skills needed.
I think how much effort I put in is how much I get back. If I spend more time and effort in the beginning, then the pain and suffering patients go through at the end might be minimized.
Plastic surgery is the support to many of the hospital departments, such as endocrinology, vascular surgery, orthopedics, and more. Among the different departments, they work with otolaryngology in the head and neck surgery the most.
The head and neck area is very complicated, as it is important for function as well as aesthetics. So when this area needs massive surgery for disease such as throat cancer, it needs to be done well. The rhinoplasty department can help us building a pretty exterior, which helps to cover both function and aesthetics. In this way, the plastic surgeon is a very important supporter for us. Surgery is all about teamwork. It's not the strength of individual, but the team has to be strong to yield good results.
Being prepared and doing the best he can is Dr. Huang's family motto. In October 2018, Dr. Huang's father suddenly passed away from illness, and he gained a deeper understanding of the impermanence of life.
If a doctor has not been a family member of patient before, then they might not know what the patient family is going through. We need to think for them, as when the patient goes through surgery. What benefits and impact will it bring to the family? It's something we need to think about for them.
Always thinking of how to help his patients to the best of his ability, Dr. Huang only hopes his expertise and skill can help patients recover as soon as possible.
The Tzu Chi Kindergarten held its 5th graduation ceremony. A number of special performances were held as parents and children celebrated. We will leave you with this. Goodbye.